Tewa Central Chairman BH Chairman Sule Kirembe Kawanye Ambassador Mahmoud Khalid BH MP for DBI Women BH Kunimbiche Parliamentary candidate for Lara Kunimbiche Nya wa Central MP Dr. Hassan Pelpo MBH Kala Regional Chairman Abdul Nasser Sani Umimbiche Chairman Bonus the minority leader in Parliament Honorable Haruna Idris Umimbiche 2020 campaign manager Professor Joshua Alabi Umimbiche Honorable Ofoswan Pofu, Odamen Latin National Chairman, Omimbiche. Naduke Dr. Hassan Pelpo Kumende, Tenukwanugule. 2 minutes.
Okay. Jamaya, assalamu alaikum. Tetare Santi Hokanga, Asagan Kandu, Litija. Asanti Honga, Yajabe Bonanla. Chayela Pon, second Ladu Wulie. Onda ndan wache oboy yel kangatin danda yel ku onga ka yel jama tuwa mbaya ka ebine kumbansora asku asbete hen bombo ho wala malum wen wala tarata apadara ku yan laden o mga wanan kara de yel tin dandu ku na laduku kula tuoka ka wa yar waja muna ibla kusi adana la ka wana adenan ku Bambuano na Pobo Kole na John Dramane Mahama. Incoming president. Yes.
Baraka to honorable member of parliament. Tinchanta Jena, Tinabuame magazine Nongpong, Biupo Aha, Kuwa Yala Biala, Akuti, Tawar no Bachibeke, young mama, Akuti Baraka Yaraja. Hello. Now, into the chava. Professionals. Sure. Professionals. Sure. Professionals. Sure. No, I'm first time labong ayur ngachanga. To know tomorrow to your professionals. To magara retirement. Karana karakara to tuma. Honorable Rashid Pelpolo na sokon nuarang. Ye MP kumbanga parliament. Sure. On a garanta abomboy. Sure. So to me, to know so umbibeng. So to me, ya professionals. Ajunka Tumuna young poe, Neja and Wacha ya. I know was Auntie Hanabandu Wulitine. Cha Ndana Wulete to no banafing ka Regional Chama to noon to a cham like a babambaja. Napile donga I'm Chigipilunga. Onala Tilibitara to Bono engineer. Ndone Antuni Alhaji Nasir Bawa Community Engineer, not Regional Vice Chairman. Dawpone Antuni Onala the Council of Elders Chairman. Ndoma ala tijing a Chigipilijianga Bonyela Tinjin Chan Akatamanso Onala advisor Uyola Fiseni Sahako. Down me anjing authority table na Uyola Mr. Yakubu Jinson, the regional chairman on Alabala. Te Mamla Ahmed Abdullah Malaba Secretary. To watch 2011 under His Excellency Miss John Dramane Mahama o leadership tinda wacha so to be here o yala bala yala o aden MC o dan sonte mblaja o na sonte kare wajienga tun wajienga ka te bia yirpuo
ya na fate
so ajun tun wachanga cha tuna puo en baraka ya gaja cha to kumbang kina kwa na jango ya emu manso he yala so ajun te ila daw am anala yi dan daw pa Ona nakanda anu nansare. We are honored to have you in our presence as former president and presidential candidate for the largest opposition party in Ghana. As an association and citizens of our beloved country, we give you the maximum respect as a former president and political leader and presidential hopeful. Today, being 2nd of September, we have barely needed 6 days to elections, which we know you need our support in order for you to emerge winner. And with this, we hereby present to you some of our challenges as an association. Challenges: inadequate knowledge and skills among members, hence our inability to deal with the demands of the current automobile industry. 2. Lack of tools, equipment, machines to facilitate the work of our members on daily basis. 3. Infrastructure deficiency in areas of roads, drains, street lights, and issues confronting members. All this boil down to lack of loan facilities. I hope when we also get loan facility, we can acquire some of them. So we will also need that one too. As we have given you some of our challenges, we also have some proposals to present to you, which as follows: free technical, vocational, and training for our members. Number 1, provision of tools, equipment, and machines for members to enable us meet the demands of today's automobile industry. 2, construction of roads and drains within the industry area will help create an enable environment for our members. In this regards, I will conclude on behalf of association by saying we wish you all the best. Thank you, Mr. President. Sure. Professionals, all the best.
Thank you.
Baraka Yaraja, Pampana, Karate Yidandao, the incoming president, John Dramani Mahama Bunya, Yala Akuti. Yakaramunupanku.
Hello.
Good afternoon, everybody. Let me thank you, the leadership of the WA magazine and all your members for the warm welcome you have given us. And I thank your secretary for the favorable words he has spoken, and I've taken note of the challenges that he has outlined. We know that all over the country, in every major town or city, we have an industrial park where we popularly call magazine, where people who have different kinds of machines, not only automobiles, tractors, excavators, trucks, that is where they all come to repair their vehicles. And so if you look at the contribution of all these magazines to the economy of Ghana, it is very significant. But unfortunately, the magazines have not got the kind of support that they need to get in order to grow their businesses. And I believe that if government gives them that kind of support, they'll be able to grow their businesses and increase their contribution to the national economy. And that is why our administration, the incoming NDC administration, we're going to work hand in hand with you so that we can grow the magazines and increase their contribution to the national economy. We started this with the Swami magazine. I'm sure you know Swami magazine. It's the biggest magazine in the whole country. And they have an organization called the Swami Magazine Industrial Development Organization. And it was there we were going to start. We worked with SMIDO, they call them SMIDO, to relocate the Swami magazine out of Kumasi because the city has grown and has completely surrounded the magazine. I remember when we were children, Kumasi magazine used to be on the outskirts of town. Today, the magazine is directly in the center of the city. So you cannot expand it. It makes it very difficult to develop it. And so we had agreed with SMIDO that we will acquire a new site and move Swami magazine to that new site where we will engineer it properly, create garages so that every master craftsman who is operating there has a proper garage and environment in which to work. We are extending that same idea. We will do that in Kumasi, but we're going to extend that same idea here. We relocated you here. But it's not enough to just relocate you here. We need to engineer the place so that it creates a convenient environment for you to be able to work. And so the incoming NDC administration is going to come and work with you to re-engineer here by doing the roads, doing the drains, demarcating the various workshops, and creating the conditions for you to be able to do your work properly. So that's one of the things we will do with you. Then in addition, technology and engineering is changing. Computers are becoming more prevalent in the new machines and equipment that are coming. And so they have more electronics driving the system, the machine system. And so, like the secretary said, we need to train you to understand the new machines that are coming so that you can continue to be able to give us the service that you need to give us. When we were in office, we worked with SMIDO to open a training school in Swami magazine. We will do the same here so that the master craftsmen and the apprentices can learn how to use diagnosis machines. Now all the vehicles and other equipment use diagnosis machines. You have to plug it into the machine and then it will diagnose what is wrong with it. It will tell you, change the brake bands, the hydraulic is leaking, this is happening, that is happening. And so as soon as you get the diagnosis, you know exactly where to go and tackle and repair the machine. But before you can do that, you must be trained to be able to do it. And so we're going to work with you so that we can give you the training. If we don't do that, a time will come, all the old vehicles will be phased out and there'll be only the new ones. And if we don't train you to work on them, then it means that it will put you out of work. And so we're going to work together with you on that. Then in addition, we will create a small credit scheme so that you can use the credit to acquire all the tools and machines that you need. Because there are sometimes you come here and there's a certain machine that is needed to be able to give the service that the person wants. But because that machine is not there, you have to take the vehicle all the way to Kumasi or sometimes to Accra before you're able to repair it and bring it back. We should be able to assist you to acquire the machines for fabricating parts and so on, small bolts and all that, so that then all the service that is needed here in the magazine, you'll be able to provide it without asking the customer to go to another place. We're bringing something we call the National Apprenticeship Program. We will register master craftsmen all over the country. And what we'll do is the apprentices who come to learn, many of them are not able to pay the fee to be able to learn. And so because of that, they go to Accra to go and sell MTN cards and other small things so that they can make money and come back and become an apprentice to be able to learn either to be a mechanic or to be a mason or a carpenter or a bricklayer or something like that. And so we're coming with what we call a National Apprenticeship Program. We're going to register all the master craftsmen and we're going to finance the apprenticeship fees for 200,000 young people. And so those who want to become apprentices and learn a trade, either dressmaking, hairdressing, automobile mechanic, carpenter, bricklayer, whatever they want to become, government will take up the apprenticeship fee for them. And so we'll pay the fees to the master craftsmen, and the master craftsmen will train the young people to in whatever trade that they choose. Now the interesting thing is when the children finish, when the apprenticeship finish, you will have a standardized certificate that you will give to them to show that they have passed through an apprenticeship. And then we'll give them the tools that they need to also go and set up their own workshops. So if it's a mechanic, we'll give him a box of tools so that he too can go and find his place and start to do his work. If it's a hairdresser, we'll give her a hair dryer and the other items she needs. If it's a dressmaker, we'll give her a sewing machine so that they also can go and set up their own places and then specialize and become masters in future. So that's the National Apprenticeship Program. As you said, we have already promised that we're going to make technical vocational education training free from the lowest level up to tertiary level. And so for master craftsmen and others who want to go back to go and learn better and improve their skill, you'll be able to go back to technical vocational training centers and improve your skill in terms of the work that you do. We can integrate the training in modern automobile engineering in these technical vocational training centers so that when you go there, you can learn that skill and bring it back to your workshop and give better service to people. And so we do have a very good program for the magazines and our engineers and mechanics. And I'm sure that come December 7, 2020, you will all stand behind us and vote for the NDC so that the NDC can come back and implement, the development agenda that we had embarked on before we left office. I thank you very much, and God richly bless you. But before I sit down, I will carry out a traditional duty. I am John Dramani Mahama. I'm the presidential candidate for the National Democratic Congress in the 2020 elections. We know that the election is in two parts. The first is the vote for the presidential candidate, and the second is the vote for the parliamentary candidate. As you know, the executive, which is headed by the president, works hand in hand with the legislature, which is headed by the speaker and the members of parliament. And so all these things that I've talked about in terms of developing the WOW magazine, giving you training and all that, if we have to appropriate money to be able to do that, we need to go to parliament to get them to endorse it. And that is why every president needs a majority in parliament so that it will make that work easier to be able to appropriate the funds to come and do the development that we want. So when you vote for me, John Dramani Mahama, you must also vote for Honorable Alhaji Rashid Pelpo. So I'm going to raise his hand so that you know that he's the officially accepted candidate for the NDC in the WA Central constituency. And I implore all of you to give him your support. Honorable Alhaji Rashid Pelpo. Yebarka Barka.
Dramani Mahama anyala akuti una palala na ye ni ja akuti anku aju nte yel tabe atana boy ni akula buo munu kuti chakarla ihala mana mine so mbachama kila boni akuti kula titi na munu nimbi nuhim
Aha, okay, I want to give it to them to do the closing prayer.